how are we doing, folks? It's Sunday night, and there's 4 of us here for your listening delight. It's another rendition of Aufio Who. And well, folks are off in the outback, watching The Bodyguard, and just being complete and utter dicks and ignoring my link. We have 4 folk here to sit and divulge this week's audio with Paul McGann and Ruth Bradley as we tackle story number 2 of Dark Eyes Season 1 in The Fugitive. So while we've got the cover there, we have a run amok tale from the Daleks. We have Molly landing in Dunkirk in 1940s France. We have the intricacies of the TARDIS, and we have Toby Jones running amok as the story draws to a close, working alongside the Daleks. Also, we have a certain Time Lord that we all know and love, continuously going up on a mountain and jumping off again. What do we think of this story? Well, you're about to find it. Before we get to that, let's get to this. It is the 4 folk, including myself, who did show up this evening. Joining us from the inner sanctum of his own bedroom, it's Jake. How are we doing, Jake?
I'm doing fine. Welcome to my dominion.
Yes, hello you, and we'll get to him even more as this story unfolds. Joining us from NYC, elated that his Giants finally won.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you, mate. From Houston, Texas, or we're about that area. It's a birthday boy. He has the same birthday as the boss and Beethoven. It's Texas Tim Wells. How are you doing, Timbo?
Hello, thank you.
Yes, happy birthday, mate. Good. Thank you for taking half an hour out of your day to join us in our mental state of mind. So, The Fugitives. Do we have doubt fatigue for this story? Was it ample enough? Were they not too clustery? Let's find out. Nick Briggs shouting a lot in this tale. We have Molly finding out the intricacies of the TARDIS as we jump from 1918 to 1940. And we have a rapport between Paul McGann and Ruth Bradley beginning to develop. So, opening thoughts. The Fugitives. Well, opening thoughts, mate. Ruth Bradley, Paul McGann. The
title is Fugitive, no the on it. That's copyrighted.
Well, excuse me, but okay, whatever, yeah.
This is a great second story to the box set, because it starts right off from when the last story ended.
Yep.
And like you said, you in the first beginning of this audio, you listen to another person named Sally Armstrong. So you like a little bit confused about it.
There you go. My apologies. We also have the introduction of Sally Armstrong, who becomes a prominent character as this saga goes on.
Which is unusual, because you're like, wow, this is a mystery here. And then of course, when you listen to the story, there's a lot of mystery in it. Like Molly saying that she's familiar with the TARDIS. Then in the story, you listen that she knows how to control the TARDIS. And then of course, unusual thing, like you say, like Strax is trying to jump off a cliff, but it doesn't succeed because he always gets caught. And that's a little bit of a perplexing thing there, but unusual. And of course, you got Toby Jones, catcher, is always saying that he's aware on where the doctor's going to be and all that. So that's a mystery there. That how is he aware of it and all that? So this is a good second story of the box set, which in a way, after I finished listening to it, I wanted to jump to the third story. I said, no. I gotta wait, because if I listen to it now, I might not want to listen to it again. So I'm gonna wait till when we do the review of that. But I gotta say, this is a great second story to a box set.
I commend you on your restraint, big man. Well done. Jake, how was this for a second story of an set for you? It's been a while.
I thought it was rather good. I remember the first time I listened to this story, I wasn't so keen on the box set as a whole, but now I'm sitting here re-listening to it all. I'm really enjoying it, and this second episode was so action-packed. I literally thrown into the action, and the most British thing, a Dalek chasing a taxi in London. You can't get more British than that. And I like the fact that it introduced that the Doctor has a house, something that was alluded to ages ago with the John Pertwee comics and DWM. That's way back. He has a little cottage. I like the idea that the Doctor has somewhere he can go on Earth as well as everyone everywhere else. But I like how it's developing this arc the cliffhanger of Toby Jones and everything, which does lead on to a very complicated cliffhanger at the end of the box set, but we'll get to that. But yeah, good Dalek action. I've never been I've never been a Dalek fan, but Dark Eyes I think does them well, like always blowing stuff up, and I liked it. And I'll get to what else. I'll get to what I really liked when we get to that portion of the cast. But that's what I'm going to say for now.
Okay, yeah. The Doctor now has a humble abode, and lo and behold, this is Baker Street. So for all you Who Walk fans, go fuck yourself. Timbo, what do you reckon?
Yeah, it was a lot better than I remembered it, because I always remembered this one as the slow one in the set. I've listened to this set twice before, but I was completely wrong, because actually it's very good. It's it gives the character of Molly quite a bit of development. She's actually quite a useful companion. And like Will pointed out, she's got a bit of a mystery to her. Why does she know? Why is this not the first time she's been in the TARDIS? And it makes you wonder how timey-wimey this whole thing's going to end up being. Also, the bit with him supposedly spending $1 billion setting up this something in his house, which I guess...
The Eyes Institute, was it?
Huh?
The Eyes Institute, set that up?
Something like that, but apparently they think they're his employees. And
yeah.
That's a good point about they introduced this character, but then they immediately kill her off, and which means something is going to happen with her later. It's kind of obvious, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
But overall, it really is a good part 2. And like Will said, you really want to just jump into part 3 and keep going with it. And I guess if you want to do that, we're not going to get around to 8 again for another 10 or 11 weeks, so you might as well.
The new year, yeah, basically, yeah. Of course, yeah, but c'est la vie. I agree with Tim. This is a lot better than I remember it, because at this point, several years in, and especially several years after the release of this box set, Dalek fatigue hasn't well and truly set in, but it does give you meat on the bones with regards to Molly. It gives you more mystery. It gives you an element of, okay, where are they going to go with this? Sally Armstrong, as much as she's in it for 20 minutes here, she really does become an integral part of this saga down the road, and you'll find out why as the box set develops. Don't want to say her fate's any different, but let's wait and see. The Daleks, they weren't overbearing here. They serve their purpose, and Toby Jones, that maniacal bastard, is in the background, and he's just waiting to strike. Straxus, the somewhat comical subplot of him going to the top of the mountain and heaving himself off, trying to end it all and being unsuccessful. There's a reason behind that, and you'll find out by the time we get to Birth. And with that, any events or characters in the story that stood out for you guys?
Well, we can start off with Sally Armstrong.
Played by?
Because of course, you hear her she was played by Natalie Burke. Funny, you hear it right in the beginning of the audio, and you're like, oh, this is not going to be a bad character. See how she's going to go. And of course, like Tim said, that she get bumped off, but like you said, she's going to be turning another audio. So there's a good mystery about her, especially like just right now in this audio, the doctor has no recollection of contacting her or sending her the money for this research. So we got to listen to later on and see how that builds up. So that's a good character. I can't wait I'm glad that she will return to other stories. And Molly, I call the mystery of her. That stood out right there because like she knew the TARDIS, she knew how to drive it, and she actually punched the doctor and knocked him out to drag him into the TARDIS when he wanted to die right there by the Daleks. Another thing that stood out is the Daleks, because right there they had the opportunity to kill the doctor once before, and they didn't. That means there's more that meets the eye with the Daleks, and they want the doctor for something. So that stood out right there. That stood out pretty good. The Straxus, like you said, him jumping off and not dying like that is a little bit confusing. That we got to wait to find out why he's trying to do it and why he is not being successful. So that I'm not worried about that right now. But this is, like I said, this is only a 1 hour story of a box set, so there's a lot of things.
50 minutes. Yeah, 50 minutes.
Yes,
yeah,
it's not bad because you like it's like I said, I would like to hear more, but I want to wait. But like I said, everybody here played their role pretty good, so I can't wait to listen to the next part. So I got to give them the props for that.
Alrighty, Timbo, how are you, mate?
I'd say the Daleks were actually effective in this because they're obviously being used by somebody else, right? They're not the main villain. So they come in, beat things up, and then move on. You know, they're not overused. They're not like walking around muttering, you know, how they're the masters of this or whatever. Also, I think this is actually does what a second episode should do of a box set. It really it just asks a lot of questions, sets up a lot of hurdles. Doesn't really answer anything though. It just makes you want to continue, and that's what they do with this story, this particular part of the box, and that's really good. I think that that it works that way. Like I said, it's a lot better than I remembered it. I always thought this was the slow one, or that it kind of stepped back a little bit, and I was completely wrong because I think this is actually a very effective part 2 episode. And again, it's really a pity they couldn't keep what's her name, who plays Molly?
Ruth Bradley.
Yeah, because it's a very good character they've created here.
As I say, she's actually in it, but she's not at all, you know. So yeah, fair point. It was, as I say, I agree with you. It was a lot better than I remember. Jake, anything for you?
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree 100% with what Tim said. It is a perfect second story for a set like this. It sort of gets me more used to Ruth Bradley's character Molly as a companion, and that lovely scene where they're both laughing, like playing about on the controls. I love that bit, especially after Shitstorm that 8's just been through, losing Lucy and all that. She's sort of bringing him out of his shell again, which I like because it's sort of what he needed, sort of thing, to put him back in his place. Let's go and have fun. You have this magical time machine. Let's go here, there, and everywhere. And I like that, and I think there should be more stories like that. And it is very, very good. Very good second episode, and I can't wait for the third one, which is obviously.
Well, we will get to that in about, I don't know, 10 or 11 weeks. So we look forward to that. Myself, yeah, I agree with the consensus of the group. The Daleks were very, very, I don't want to use the word formidable, but they weren't a waste in this story. They were ample. They done their job. You can tell they're basically the puppets. The question is, who's the puppet master? You'll find out as this saga unfolds. Aside for the instances that the guys have alluded to, you had the scene on the spa planet where they're in the pool and all the rest of it, and then they're in with the dolphin. Was it a dolphin or a porpoise type creature that they end up having to kill because it was being manipulated by something. Carol Ann would have loved that scene, so I'm glad she's not heard this one. Yeah, animal convention. Shimmy. Ruth Bradley comes into her own here. You've got an element of mystery about Molly O'Sullivan. How does she know all this stuff? The hows, the whys, the whats, the wheres. It's pure setup, as Tim alluded to. And albeit she's not in every single one of these 16 stories of this 16 episode saga, she's probably in about 8 or 9 of them. You do get an ample answer as we go through these box sets. And is it an ample payoff? Only you can decide that as the listener, but we will divulge that as we tackle this 16-ep arc as we go down the road. So, good stuff. And with that, guys, open mic portion of the cast. Anything else you want to bring up quick dirty before we get this in the can?
Well, the one thing that stood out is on 2 occasions the doctor either trying to communicate with Gallifrey or go to Gallifrey, and he got blocked off both times.
Black Russell didn't want the Irish shit, Ken.
Yeah, that's a mystery right there that stood out right there, which is very unusual. So I look forward to finding how that.
They probably took one look at the new companion and went, ginger bitch, she has no soul. Yeah. Anything else, guys? No? Wow.
I can't think of nothing. I was thinking of something, but I forgot about it right now.
It's one of these ones where the behind the scenes are obviously connected on the one disc for all 4 stories, so obviously we've not heard them.
Well, the one thing that Molly was shocked to find out that she ended up in the Second World War. She thought it was still the First War continuing on these years. And then when the doctor did the second one, she like, again? You know, she don't understand it.
She wants a very harsh wash in the concept of time travel. Even though the same thing's happening, it might not necessarily be the same war. So, yeah.
And again, when Molly wanted the doctor to take her to that planet where they did swimming like that, in a way, what the question is, did she do it because, you know, she noticed how hurt he was, or seeing the other lady die, or is she being manipulated to do something to get to trap the doctor?
When she knocked him out and dragged him in, she started the initial transport to that point, didn't she? Or am I tripping?
No. She tried to. They didn't go nowhere. But when they were on that other planet and the Daleks showed up, she's the one that took off from there. She did all the buttons.
All right. I find it interesting. The doctor's there just wanting to accept death, and he gets KO'd by his companion and dragged into the TARDIS. The Irish lass kicker.
Oh, that makes it. That's like I said. It makes her a more interesting character.
Yeah, indeed.
I guess Leela would have done that.
Leela would have. Well, she might have had a few clearance forms to throw about at the same time, but other than that, yeah, you know, why not? Go Lou Jameson. Anything else, guys? No? Well, I guess we think about watching The Bodyguard and a few other folk indisposed. Quick, simple, and dirty. It's that time again.
Always remember that over there in Scotland, they will hire somebody that dropped out of 2nd grade than those that dropped out of 10th grade, since the other ones had 8-year experience.
And that's just by drinking whiskey. With that, Fugitive.
There you go.
Dark Eyes, story number 2, season number 1. Paul McGann and Ruth Bradley. Kick, what do you guess out of 10, man?
I shall give this a 9 out of 10. It was a strong second episode, but not enough to make my ears tingle. Don't know what that means.
I'm sorry, your ears were not tingling. Timbo, on your birthday, what do you guess, mate?
I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. It really is a good second episode of the box set.
Okay, and Groovy Pink Avatar while you're at it, mate. And now his technical difficulties have been resolved. Will, what's the number from NYC, mate?
I'm going to give it also a 9.5 out of 10. I look forward to the next.
And so do I. And with that, I will. I'm not going to concur with anybody's rating here. I'll give us a 9 out of 10. You can meet on the bones with regards to the character of Molly O'Sullivan, and Ruth Bradley has now firmly established herself as the current incumbent after the events of Sheridan Smith and Lucy Miller. So on to story number 3 in a couple of months. Look forward to that. With that, guys, done, finito, and in the can for this evening. My thanks to the folks who were able to attend this evening. I always say, as long as I get a minimum of 4, I'll do these casts, hence here we are. Just leave us to divulge what we'll be tackling next week. It is the turn of Chris Eccleston's 9th Doctor. Before anyone is aghast and says, oh my God, not another Nick Briggs story? No, not yet anyway. We'll be tackling the Companion Chronicle-esque outing for Ian McNeice in his first story of his first season and the spin-off saga of the Churchill years, alongside Chris Eccleston's 9th Doctor in Will.
The Oncoming Storm.
The Oncoming Storm. We'll see how that pans out. And we have another Companion Chronicle-esque tale with good old number 9 without the overacting of Nick Briggs. So we'll see how that pans out. We look forward to tackling that. And with that, guys, check out our buddies in the wonderful wacky world of YouTube. You've got the guys and dolls that Geeks Assemble with their TV, audio heads and movie reviews. You've got Dr. Freedom, his daily news broadcasts, Omega Files and the Adventures of Dr. Freedom and Eric. You've got the guys and dolls who are normally online and the guys of Johnny Blue, Sammy Carter, Mike Shannon. Whenever he's around, like, share, comment, subscribe. We're getting the hell on it here.